Okay, welcome back. Shining Korea, weird strawberry cherry blossom choco pie run part 2. First off, we got our bucket o mash, which we now have to gently remove. I think I mentioned I got a little aquarium heater to try and keep it warm. It at least did that part of its job perfectly. It kept it nice and warm. All right, so we shall take photo for you.
Did you mix it this morning or no?
I actually haven't mixed it yet.
Do you mix it again before you pour it?
Generally you don't, because you don't want to stir up the stuff that's on the bottom.
All right, so we're not mixing it this morning. Tasty, everyone. Tasty.
Oh yeah, that is definitely so tasty looking.
It's still bubbling, so it's actually still working a little bit.
A little bit, but also
it's mostly done. Oh, it's mostly done.
Yeah, the fingers.
Ugh. Ugh.
Woo. Yeah, that's sour.
Okay.
Sour and cake is not a good combination. Oh God. Ugh. Boy, that was ill-advised.
It was dumb.
So there was a thought process. This mash is still very thick and has a lot of bread particles floating in it. So I'm pretty sure we can't get an actual final gravity reading out of it. I know we didn't get a starting gravity one because it just looked like mud. But
because the thing just stood up in it.
So I thought, you just tasted to see how much sugar's in it, but oh God, that was bad.
So basically there's not any sugar in it. So now we're going to strain this. We have this new contraption Chuck ordered here to help keep some of the crap out of our bag.
Technically, this is for home beer brewing, and this is a hop basket. So when you're doing your beer, I don't brew beer, so I don't know all the stages.
We don't know.
But the stage where you're supposed to add the hops to it, you're supposed to put them in here, and it's basically like a tea bag.
Okay.
No, I'm not tea bagging my mash.
No.
That would be bad.
But we also have our straining bag as well.
So we have 2 layers of strainage.
Because we figure this is going to be sedimenty.
And
here we go.
Probably going to be a mess.
It's strawberry.
I'm definitely smelling strawberry now that it's pouring. I'm also still smelling that still beer. Let's let that drain down a little bit.
Oh, this might take a hot minute.
Yeah, we'll be back. All right, everybody. Excuse the Valley Girl moment, but oh my God. So, chocolate-covered moon pie / choco cake type stuff is horrible to filter.
We need a wine press.
We tried to pour it
A fruit press.
We tried to pour it through the hops catcher thing, and it just clogged it up immediately. So then we backed up to the little nylon brewing bag. We put it in the bucket, and here, show them the nylon brewing bag.
We're still working on it.
We're still trying to squeeze liquid out of it.
There's still liquid in, but there's also a lot of cake and chocolate in there.
Yeah, and that semi-melted chocolate is just, it's not a good skin moisturizer. Especially once it's been pressed through a bag and it's just all over everything. Ugh. So we're pushing it through the filter bag into a bucket, pouring it
into another strainer bag.
Into another strainer bag to filter it out a little more, and then poured it again through the hops catcher into the bucket, which it was still catching some chocolate and stuff gumming up the filter. But we finally got enough out. We think we can run without.
Yeah, I've got enough for add some more.
And she's got enough for adding the thump keg. Speaking of which, thump keg. I've added some additions. I went on the internet. It's a dangerous place.
For him, it's definitely.
And found these 1/2-inch, I think they call them street elbows, out of steel, which, when doing this, I try to stay either with copper or steel, because the brass, apparently, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but brass to be used with drinkable, potable water, I think they call it.
Potable,
whatever.
Potable.
Has to have, depending on where you're at, a specific amount or less of lead in the brass mixture. I think in the States it's like 3%, but most everything that I could buy comes from a certain place west of here that does not have the best known manufacturing standards. So, yeah, I went with the steel, because stainless steel is stainless. Also, I bought some more hoses to go with this, so I got some longer ones, which I'm not using this time, but that'll help with this, because I don't have to make those weird 90-degree angles with the flexible hoses. They'll just join right up. And this time around, this thump keg is empty. We're gonna run that to get the heads in the 4 shots, or at least the heads in some of the 4 shots. And then we're going to switch to this one, which has a mixture of frappéd strawberries, some
and then some
strawberry smoothie
juice. No, it's just
base.
strawberry juice.
It's basically more frappéd strawberries.
And then we've got freeze-dried strawberries we'll put in right before we put the thumb keg with the...
And we mixed some vanilla in there because we wanted that strawberry vanilla flavor.
Yes, and then we're going to put a little bit of the mash in.
Yeah, put a little bit of that in there as well. And hopefully, if this all works right, it won't taste like canned ass. Either way, we're not running this again. This is a...
Which is sad because we actually just bought 6 more boxes of the snack cake.
It's a good thing my fat ass likes the snack cakes because...
No, we probably shipping some of those to Cord.
we sending them to people as gifts.
Like, oh, you need this. You should try this.
Yeah, if you're going to make a cake run, don't make one with chocolate on it because it gets...
All right, I think I've got as much as I can do.
You can stop with that. I think you got enough for the thumb cake.
All right, pardon me.
So we're going to get the pot set up, start warming up. I'm going to start it with the top off and keep it stirring because I don't know how much chocolate is left in the mix and I don't want it settling to the bottom and burning. Even though we're using an induction eye, it may still burn to the bottom of the pot if it gets too hot. So wish me luck. All right, so let's go ahead and cut that real quick. All right, so I just turned that off so this will hopefully stop running. We are getting our initial little bit, our heads off here. Yeah, that's about enough. I'd say that's probably enough.
Do you think that's about what we need?
All right, sorry for the quick distraction there. Had to get our stuff set up. We got our heads off of the pot, and I'm pretty sure this is what, a 400 ml jar, so that should be 150 mils maybe? It smells like the chocolate.
It does.
If nothing else, we got some scent coming through. This is the heads. I'm not going to taste it.
I'm not tasting that.
But this might actually work.
We might actually make another run of this.
Yikes.
I know, it's scary.
The next thing we're up to do here is, be careful. This stuff is hot, but we're going to swap out our pot here for this pot with all the flavoring in it. So,
should I try out my new...
our grabby bits?
Yeah.
We actually just bought these like yesterday. All right. Be careful near the hot pipes. Okay. Get a rag or something to hold with one hand.
Okay.
All right. That part was easy.
Just put that there.
I'm gonna pour that little bit of whatever was steaming through into the thump keg because alcohol. Oh, I'm completely out of frame here.
All right, you need this.
And we tell people we're a professional YouTube channel.
Oh, totally professional.
So,
Are we also professional moonshiners?
is that an oxymoron or?
Did you just call me a moron and an ox?
Well, I don't know what year were you born.
I think we decided I was born the year of the tiger. You're a snake.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit.
Do I need to lift this? Ready?
Yeah. Hold on. All right. Get that under there. That in there and try not to burn my hand. Okay.
Down?
Yeah. Okay. That was only mildly stupid looking.
Turn it back on?
Now we have our flavor mix. Patent pending. Not really. In here, we can turn this back on, let it heat this up, and hopefully the rest of our alcohol will be chocolatey and strawberry tasting.
With a little bit of vanilla.
Let's see how this works.
All right. So in a completely dumbass, because there's no other real way to explain it, but ladies, that's my dumbass. But in a completely dumbass move, Mr. I'm a moonshiner decided to do his taste test directly from the 145 without tempering it down at all.
Yeah, I completely forgot that step.
Oops.
So the good thing is, I can definitely taste the Sakura chocolate, but
Ooh.
it also hit the back of my throat like a shot of kerosene. Damn near killed me. Well, you can definitely smell the chocolate.
I don't smell the strawberry yet. I don't taste the strawberry. Which to me is weird because there's more strawberry than anything else in there.
I mean, we've literally got
I mean, we did forget to put our freeze-dried strawberries in there, but...
Beside the actual cakes themselves, we've got strawberry jam, we've got blended up strawberries, strawberry smoothie base.
And then in the thump, we've got more strawberries.
You know, more
base.
More smoothie base. Literally almost the only thing I can smell or taste is that like Sakura flavored chocolate that they got on it. Not that that's bad, it's just strange that that's all we can taste.
It's what I smell too. All right, so that was the 145.
Yeah, so 145, 135. We're proofing these, do about 2 on that one. We're trying to proof these down to about guesstimation of 80 proof, give or take.
But on another note,
This thing is running over here. I've had a steady stream like the whole time.
on a good note, it didn't burn me the way that some of our stuff has come out lately. So
There's very little burn in this.
this one has a little more strawberry smell to it.
So maybe that whole thing about
Strawberry.
shooting the thump or whatever they call it.
I taste strawberry.
I'm still smelling mainly
Yeah,
chocolate.
but there's a strawberry taste in that one. It's very faint, which may mean we're just getting to the strawberries.
I can taste it on the back end. There's a little more bite on that one than there was on the first one, surprisingly.
Still not bad.
But yeah, always remember, don't drink straight from the jugs.
Don't be it.
Don't
be a chub.
don't be me.
And I thought he was gonna, say, well, where's the syringe? So
My dumb ass just
no,
picked
he
it up
just
and
picked, and I looked over at him like, has he lost his mind? And I think he choked for about 15 minutes. He's still choking.
I'm still working on it.
So don't be a Chuck. Make sure you temper down when you're taste testing.
Don't kill yourself.
We don't usually do that. Chuck hopefully learned from that.
Maybe that clean and varnish will get the...
Are we coming to the...
Yeah, I think we're getting close to our next jar. So to keep on going, since we just pulled our third jar too, we got a pretty steady run going. First one's 145, then 135, then 120. It's probably not going to get a whole lot of alcohol out of this, maybe 2 liters, but
We'll see.
it was a small run anyway, so. Smell of the chocolate's dying down. Mm-hmm. I don't smell strawberry yet though. It tastes mainly neutral, but there's a little fruity on the back end.
Yeah, I got the fruit on the back.
I wouldn't say that I could identify that it was strawberry.
No.
But you can identify that it's fruit, if that makes
But
any sense.
as we all know, a lot of the flavoring on some of these moonshines is done post-flavoring.
Yeah, because you might have a jar here that tastes like chocolate, and a jar here that tastes like strawberry, and one down here that tastes like wet dog. Don't mix the one that tastes like wet dog with anything, but when you mix them together, you may wind up with a whole different flavor. Because alcohol is weird. So, we'll be back, maybe in a couple jars. Okay, we're back. We've got our cuts here, some of which are smaller and some of which are a couple mixed together because we were making sure we didn't hit tails too early, or without noticing at least. This ran surprisingly clear all the way down to, I think this one's about 45, 42 proof. And I mean, I can look through it, I can see the camera and stuff, so, minus a little bit of...
Actually, the last jar we pulled was still clear. We just didn't feel that it was up to our standards.
It didn't taste bad yet, but it didn't taste like the rest of the run, so we didn't want to...
We didn't want to mix it.
We didn't want to mix it.
So I think we measure it as we go so we know exactly how much we have. Since
Right.
we're going to mix everything together now at this point.
Yeah, since we've tasted all this, yes, officer, how are you today doing?
Isn't that your everyday statement?
Yeah, really. We're going to measure our quantity so we can actually see how much we got. 125?
125. Hey, I had the funnel there so you don't make a mess.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Oh, that was over 250. Good job, Chuck.
Not even paying attention to what I'm doing.
He's like trying to say, I don't make a mess.
I never said I don't make a mess.
Who, me? Who, me? That's 250. All right, so 250 milliliters.
Do we need a calculator to keep up with this? It was 125 and...
No, that's 250 altogether.
No, that was 250. The one before it was 125.
I never poured the other one in.
Oh. I thought you were pouring the things in as we went.
No, but I will pull a calculator out so you can pull out your 250s.
I was unaware we were waiting until we hit 250 to pour out.
Yeah, I was unaware that we were planning on doing differently than that.
I'm unaware there was a plan at this point.
I think we both were very unaware. Okay, now we're at 500. That is another 250.
Now, this stuff that come out, like the 80, the 75, the 60, as we were going down, This stuff is actually almost incredibly smooth. We didn't get a whole lot of bite out of it, which is a problem we had with several runs. Is it wasn't bad, but it was bitey.
Which could have been, we used a lot of sugar in those runs.
Could have been too much table sugar in it.
Could have been the different type of yeast. There's another 250.
So that's one. Well, at least we made it to 1 1/4. Still about 50.
Yeah.
So we got about 1.3 liters. Honestly, had no idea how much we were going to get out of it because, you know.
Oh, look how clear that is.
Like I said, it's made with cakes.
That's really clear. I mean, it has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but that's actually the color of the glass. So now our game plan is to let it sit overnight at least.
Well, we're going to proof it, see what our
you want to
jar
proof? Oh. Well, don't we have to shake it?
Yeah, we probably should stir it a little bit. It's easier to pour into something that you can just tilt it and not have to try and dribble it out. Hydrometer. So, as a jar, that is sitting right at 95 proof. So, that's not bad. Let's see what it tastes like all mixed together. Ooh, little bite on the back end. There was an actual somewhat satisfying transition of sweet, chocolatey, bready to fruity right before it tries to singe your nose hairs.
Definite bite on the back end.
So, definitely probably will have to proof it down a little bit. I'm thinking this is one of those ones that's going to need to go...
Can you read that?
Choco pie.
I was trying to write on the jar and it looks terrible. It looks like a 3-year-old wrote strawberry choco pie on there. But it's on there.
So, yeah, I think that we may end up proofing that down to about 80, maybe 70 proof. Find a spot where the bite's not bad on it, but we're
also considering putting some strawberries in it and letting them sit for a while to see if we can get a little more strawberry into that. Honestly, I just put this on top of it.
So, we're going to set that out for a few hours, let it air. Maybe the air will help get a little bit of that bite out of it. And
we're going to sit down.
We're going to go sit down for a bit. We'll report back. Speaking of having to stand here, this was one of the quickest and cleanest runs I have done so far out of this kit. It started running at a stream and stayed there until
and it was clear. Like the entire stream was clear, which is not normal for us.
Yeah, this ran clear all the way down to, what was the last one we measured? It was like 40 proof. There was a jar after that we threw out that was probably closer to 20 proof, but it was still
clear.
Still clear.
It's still, look, what's finished over there is still clear.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the stuff that we cut it off at. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but
it's still clear.
It's still clear-ish. There might be a hint of cloud to it, but I am duly surprised and impressed.
And we decided we may actually run the other 6 boxes. We just got to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah, before we even ran this one,
we already ordered a fruit press.
We were walking through Home Plus, and they had another 6 boxes of it, and we were like, if this works, we might want that. Yeah, we might have to infuse this with some strawberry, but we're going to wait till tomorrow, taste it again, after we taste it proof down in a little tasting jar. And we'll see if we need to infuse it with some actual strawberry to try and balance it a little bit. But
and we may decide to age it a little bit. We don't know yet.
But we'll come back and let you know what we think on that one. All right, welcome back. It's a couple days later. We've had to try and infuse some more berry flavor in because during the breakdown we realized that my somewhat jank method of trying to turn the thump keg into an actual thump keg doesn't always work. When it does work, alcohol comes out good, but when it doesn't, it just blows the little copper pipe out of my little holder, and then it just blows the steam across the top of everything. And
it's fine. So we've got strawberries in here.
Went and got another. Ah! Look out, Mimi.
She's got it. Oh, it smells strawberry. That smells very strawberry.
So we went out and got another like $10.
10,000. Yeah. As you can see.
As you can see, the color in these is gone. We're gonna squeeze those and get some juice out. It definitely smells strawberry now.
Okay, so.
Do we remember what we proofed this at?
95.
95? Mm-hmm. Well, let's try it at 95.
You tried it at 95. I still found it a little bitter at 95. It's definitely very strawberry now that you smell it. Like, the smell is very, very strawberry. It doesn't need to be proofed down much. There's still a little bit of a burn.
I'm going to say there's a little bit of bite left, but...
But it's not bad, and the strawberry's finally there.
Yeah, you can still taste the chocolate and the cake and the marshmallow, but now the berry flavor is actually berry flavored.
So I think we only need a little bit of water in that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we only need to bring this down to about 80, 85, and if we even need to do that, we might just let it age a little. Regardless of the like $30 worth of strawberry flavoring that we put in the thump keg that didn't do anything because the thing fell out and just blew steam across it. We finally got the berry flavor in here, and this smells and tastes almost identical to those little cakes, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. I'm going to call this one a success.
Well, it's good, seeing as we got 6 more boxes of them.
Yeah. While Melissa's juicing some berries,
again,
we're going to break open this. This is pear, right?
That's pear that we have redistilled and added more pear to, as well as added a little bit of bellflower to it.
Yeah, so I had some issues with our last run of pear that I thought it was a little bit bitter and had a little too much pear skin taste and not enough pear taste. So
it was definitely picking up a little more bitter than it should have.
So we mixed it with some pear juice. We redistilled it.
We mixed it with some pear.
Got almost the exact same flavor.
We mixed it with some pear and bellflower, which added a good flavor.
Some pear and bellflower syrup, and we chopped up like three whole pears that we skinned, put in there, aged for a little bit, and then we stuck a little oak spiral in there to give a little color. So that's been a couple weeks now, and we're going to taste this one while we're in here. So one thing I will say is that bellflower that was in that pear and bellflower syrup gives it a certain weird dusty scent, if that makes any sense.
It's earthy. Bellflower is earthy. That was my determination. And so we aged it. So how is the... That's oak, right?
Yeah.
How is the oak?
The toasted oak. It tastes almost exactly the same as the syrup. I think the oak in the aging has pulled most of the bite out.
The bite is out. If I didn't know better, I wouldn't know that this was alcohol.
Yeah, this literally is so smooth, I would not know this was alcoholic.
And what did we age that down, or what did we temper that down to? Like 95 or 100?
I want to say it was either 95 or 100.
Well, one thing I'll tell you, it's time to pull the oak out.
Yeah, I think that has done its work. Got these off Amazon, little toasted American white oak spirals. They go really good with these jars.
But they also age way quicker than
Yeah.
what we would normally do.
What some people say with like those little wood cubes or chips that you can get to age with, they say throw a couple in a jar and leave it for like, 6 weeks to 2 months. This is like 2 weeks. If we left it in there, it would keep aging it and it would give it more of that oaky, cask note flavor.
But I also worry it would take more of the...
I think it would take too much of the pear out if we did that. I think
that's just right where you want it. And I like the little bit of bellflower is giving it a little bit of a kick. It's not bad.
That's pretty good. We'll
just bottle that and hand it out.
Bottle that and give it to some of our taste testers and see what they think.
Which we keep getting more of.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out exactly how much of that we have so that we can do the math to try and temper it down. Because now that we've put fruit in it, it may have added some extra sugar, and that means that you can't really use the hydrometer anymore because
you definitely can't.
The sugar will throw off the hydrometer reading. So if we know it was 95 beforehand, we can figure out by the volume how much water we need to add to bring it down.
I don't think it needs much at all. I'd start with very little bit.
Yeah, well, that's why we got to figure out by volume how much water we need to add.
You mean we're not going to do our normal and go, okay, let's start with 150 milliliters. Yeah, we are. We totally are. We are.
Well, like I said, we find out how much we got, and then our redneck math will say, well, this much should be about right.
When you're a redneck, you do redneck science, you do redneck math, you do redneck cooking. It would be insulting if you tried to actually do real math for this.
Yeah, I want to redneck arithmetic it.
Yeah, we're redneck everything in this household. Redneck dogs, redneck wife, redneck husband.
Yeah, so Update on this that nobody asked for. This is, but this has come out pretty good now, so we're going to spread that around with our taste testers. And now we know that that can work. It does work. But one, I got to fix my janky thump keg.
And
I got parts in the mail.
Two, we're waiting on a fruit press. We got parts in the mail.
In the mail.
And,
Good old Amazon to the rescue.
And was there a 3?
I don't know if there's a 3. I can't count that.
It's probably parts in the mail.
It's probably from Amazon too.
Yeah, I think the strawberries clogged up the filter already.
Yeah. So we're going to finish filtering this, and we will see y'all next time. So
Bye.
like, subscribe, do the internet stuff. See the Buy Us Coffee link below. We need more strawberries. And we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.